Hey friends, so picture this. It's 1937. The Great Depression is still throwing hands. Jazz is the hottest thing around, and some mad geniuses over at the Auburn Automobile Company decide to drop one of the most jaw-dropping cars ever made, the Cord 812 Cabriolet. This thing didn't just roll down the street, it floated like it owned the place. Honestly, I think if James Bond had existed back then, he would have dumped his Aston Martin for one of these bad boys. Before we dive under the hood, don't forget to smash that subscribe button for Technomaniacs so you don't miss out on more car madness. And hey, there's a link in the YouTube description to check out the official Cord archives and drool over even more glorious photos. Now, back to the Cord 812. This wasn't just a car. It was a full-on Art Deco sculpture on wheels. It had smooth, flowing lines that made it look like it was going 100 miles per hour just sitting there. And check this. It had retractable headlights. In 1937, operated manually from inside the cabin like some sort of secret agent gadget. Plus, no traditional front grille. Instead, it had these slick horizontal louvers on the hood that fed air straight to the engine, making the front end look cleaner than a fresh pair of white sneakers. And speaking of engines, under that gorgeous hood sat a 4.7-liter Lycoming V8. If you opted for the supercharged version, and honestly, who wouldn't? You got a beast pushing out 170 horsepower. I believe that was absolute insanity back then. It could hit around 160 kilometers per hour, which was basically warp speed for the 1930s. Plus, it had front-wheel drive, something almost nobody was doing at the time. It made the Cord 812 lower, sleeker, and sharper to handle. You pull up in one of these, and you weren't just making an entrance, you were making history. Inside, the Cord was like the private lounge of a 1930s millionaire. High-quality leather, shiny chrome accents, and a dashboard that looked like it belonged in a vintage fighter plane. I think the dashboard might have been my favorite part. It just oozed old-school cool. Oh, and get this. The 812 Cabriolet had electric windows. In 1937. Meanwhile, my first car in the 90s didn't even have cup holders. Plus, it came with a semi-automatic transmission, a technology so futuristic, it probably scared the pants off half the buyers. But as much as the Cord 812 Cabriolet was ahead of its time, it was also a little too ambitious for the market. The Auburn Automobile Company just couldn't keep up financially, and by the end of 1937, it was lights out. That made the 812 not only one of the last Cords ever made, but also one of the most legendary. Today, finding a Cord 812 Cabriolet is like finding the holy grail of American classic cars. Collectors go absolutely nuts over them, and every time I see one at a car show, I swear I hear a choir of angels. It's not just a car, it's a monument to an era when designers and engineers weren't afraid to dream big, even if it cost them everything.